My name is Julie Pearson Little Thunder with the Oklahoma Oral History Research Program at Oklahoma State University, and I'm interviewing Charles Burris at the Chilocco Alumni Reunion here at Chilocco Indian School outside of Newkirk, Oklahoma. Mr. Burris, you were in the Chilocco National Guard, and we're going to talk a little bit about your life and experiences. Thank you for taking the time to talk with me. Where were you born and where did you grow up?
I was born in Chilocco Indian Hospital, and I spent most of my life just in the Indian schools, Jones Academy in Sequoia, and graduated from Chilocco.
What did your folks do for a living?
Oh, my mother passed away when I was 4, and my daddy, he was a farmer, and then he quit and moved to Oregon. And that's about all. He worked sawmills up there.
Did you have any brothers or sisters?
Yeah, a bunch of them.
Where do you fall in the lineup?
I'm the youngest boy of the family. There's about 10 or 12 of us, and I'm the youngest boy of the family. I had 3 brothers. Everett, he was in the National Guard, and then Harold, that worked here at Chilocco, he was in the National Guard, and then James, my other brother just ahead of me, he was in the National Guard here.
Wow. What was your exposure to Choctaw culture and language growing up?
What was I what?
What was your exposure to Choctaw language and culture growing up?
I didn't have none. I was just around the Indian schools. Whatever happened there is what I'd done.
You ended up going to school at Chilocco when you were how old?
16, I think, 15 or 16.
What was one of the hardest adjustments you had to make at Chilocco?
I don't guess I had any, because I was used to going to Jones Academy in Sequoia, so it wasn't just after my dad got killed. My older brother, Huck, he called me and asked me if I wanted to go to school up here, and I told him yeah, so that's how I got up here.
Was he already up here too?
He worked here.
He worked here. Okay.
He graduated in 48, I think.
What did he do here?
Everything, night watchman and dormitory attendants, and just everywhere. I worked on the farm.
Nice to have your brother on campus.
Yeah, that's where I got the nickname of because he was already here.
What drew you to join the National Guard here at Chilocco?
Oh, I needed some money to graduate with. I didn't have no kind of money or nothing for my senior stuff, so Captain Gregory told us if we'd join with juniors, we wouldn't have to go to 6 months till after we graduated, so I joined.
And what was the pay?
Shoot, I can't remember. It wasn't very much. Maybe $90 every month, I believe. It wasn't much.
What was the experience like in the National Guard?
Oh, I enjoyed it very much. Yeah, the summer camp and everything. 6 months active duty, I liked that. I don't know why I never did go regular service. I just never did.
Did you go anywhere for the summer camp or for the active duty?
Yeah, I went to Fort Chaffee for basics, then I went to Fort Ord, California for the rest of it. And then for the summer camps, I just went to Fort Chaffee.
Was everybody who was in the Guard with you at the time, was it the same group at Fort Chaffee?
Yes, just about it. I think there was 32 of us that went 6 months together. 6 months active duty.
Were there any non-Indians in the National Guard that went with you?
Yeah, there might have been, I don't remember. I don't really think there was, though.
So what was the training like at Fort Chaffee? What was the boot camp like?
Just regular service, mostly sports ability, I thought.
Mostly sports?
That's what I thought it was, calisthenics and everything. Well, they had the training, the Army training and stuff.
Did you feel like you were in pretty good shape already when you arrived, or?
Yeah, 'cause I was out for track here well, I didn't go to no sports in my senior year here though.
Uh-huh. But you had gone out for track.
Mhm.
What do you remember about your boot camp instructors?
Oh, I don't remember too much about it. Well, one of them went out and got a big old suntan, and he was having to take it pretty easy because he had blisters all over him. And he had to go ahead and report to duty every day because of the blisters. He was government property, so he had to be there.
What most surprised you about the training?
Nothing. I was already been a year in the National Guard here before I ever went, so I pretty well had everything under control.
Now, Fort Chaffee's in Georgia?
No, Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Right out of Fort Smith.
Okay. Had you ever been to Arkansas before?
Yeah.
Did you get a chance to spend time off the base during basic training or not?
No.
Okay. What happened after you got back? Because you were still in school when you joined. So what happened after you got back from serving in the National Guard?
Oh, I just went to work in Winfield, Kansas, welding and making the axles trailers for house trailers there in Winfield.
How had your training at Chilocco helped you be ready for that job?
I was welding. I took welding here and then I was welding for them up there.
What did you live in Winfield for how long?
Oh, probably a couple of years. And then the chance manufacturing to make these zippers and Trabants and everything in Wichita, like carnival rides. They was hiring, so I went up there and went to work with them making them rides.
Neat. Did you go back to school at any point, or did you continue working in the welding business?
I just continued to work until.
Are you, do you participate in some of the veterans doings up here, or?
Not really. I go to the veterans breakfast, that's about it.
Why are the Chilocco reunions important to you?
Because you get to come back and visit with everybody. You don't hardly know anybody now. Everybody's done already all look different now.
Can you talk a bit about what you feel like, having been in the National Guard and having been at Chilocco, how that impacted your life?
Oh, well, I guess it's like everything else. I mean, you just take it coming as it comes and as it goes, and I just enjoyed both of them, really. I guess if it hadn't been for Chilocco and the sports, I never would have graduated, I'd say that much.
Because the sports are what kept you in school.
And then after my brother got me up here, I just never did go home. Well, I didn't have no home. So I just stayed up here. And
Did you get to stay, did your brother have his own place to live?
yeah, he stayed in one of these apartments where I am and his wife, and then they bought a place over at State Line.
So you got to spend some time with him?
Yeah, he used to check me out sometimes on weekends, and
Right.
he had and I'd go hunting with him and everything, fishing.
Great. What would you like people to know about the importance of Chilocco?
Yeah, there's everything important about it. I mean, as far as the school and all that, and I mean, we had good teachers, I thought, good instruction, and back then I didn't think the food was good, but now it's, after you stop and think about it, it was pretty good.
Who were some of your favorite instructors at Chilocco?
Oh, Mr. Halfcoat and
What did he teach?
history, I think. It's been a long time now.
Yes.
Because 62 was my last year here.
Right. And did the chow, even though it wasn't very good, did it prepare you anyway for what you encountered at boot camp?
No, it was about the same. You had to get in line and get it.
And eat fast.
Every place you had to go, you had to line up to get your chow.
Was there anything else you'd like to share that we haven't talked about?
Oh, not that I know of.
Well, I sure appreciate being able to talk with you today, Mr. Burris.
Wish I had more to say, but that's about it.
This is great. Thank you.